You know, they say that you are an amalgamation of the 5 people you hang out with. Crazy part about that is nowadays, most people aren't hanging out IRL with people. They're sort of hanging out through various means of online connectivity. But let's get deeper. Let's get deeper right now. Most people don't need more information. They need to stop listening to people that complain for a living. There's a massive difference between content that helps you grow and content that keeps you stuck. And the crazy part is you can absolutely see it in the data, and I'm going to prove that. Stick with me real quick. Most people aren't falling behind because life is unfair. Most people are failing because they spend hours listening to people who complain about it being unfair. So I want to talk about a mindset shift. How about we switch up this input and see your entire output change? Now let's acknowledge the reality right now. I am not Pollyanna in any way, shape, or form, and I am not trying to say the world isn't quite jacked up right now. It is. Stress, chaos, noise, all-time high. I got it. People are overwhelmed. People are burnt out. I hate that word, but you know what it is. People have basically lost all sense of their imagination. But let's call out the trap real quick. Most people cope by listening to voices that complain about all of what's going on. The victim mindset feels good because it's comforting. It lets you know that what you feel is real. And I'm not going to deny what you feel is real, but don't succumb to it, because succumbing to it is exactly what keeps you stuck. Now let's use a quick example. If you were thrown in the water and you just didn't move, you're probably going to drown. But if you were thrown in the water, your brain automatically going to kick in and tell you to start moving your hands and your feet. Now, this is what happens even with babies. You put babies in the water, they start treading water. No one ever taught them how to do this. And eventually people teach them how to do breathing and stuff like that. We put my niece through swimming training, when she was like 4 or 5 months old. And she's actually a pretty good high school swimmer right now. So it's trippy. Your brain wants you to survive. Your brain also wants to protect you. So let's just explain this problem and let's work about moving towards a solution. So first of all, I want to show you an opportunity. This has been said 1,000 times. It's super cliche, but it's cliche because it's real. When the world is like this is when some of the biggest things grow. But the growth comes from the people with the growth mindset. Growth content even spikes in hard times. It always has. I won't get into that one. That was a little bit controversial. We'll skip that one. Anybody wants to know, ask me. I'll tell you in the comments later what I was going to say. But yes, during some of the hardest times, some of the growth content that has come out that has taken us to better places has all come out during those times. Business creators, breakthroughs all explode during downturns. The data proves it. People who shift their input shift their outcomes. Your attention, my family, is your steering wheel. If you change what you consume, you can change what you become. And this is why, as a content creator, I'm always saying you need to create more than you consume. But it's always hard. It's really hard not to consume anything. Let's be real about that. So we got to work on turning down the noise and turning up the growth mindset. Now, I want to give you the data to prove that what I'm saying is not BS. The number one podcast in the planet is the JRE Experience, the Joe Rogan Experience. Not because people want to be pessimists, but because the pessimism is easier. Listening to someone rant is passive. You don't have to change anything. You don't have to do anything. All you got to do is anchor your biases and agree and make yourself feel right about the fact, even if you're stuck. Even here on YouTube, if I go to channels where people are trying to help people grow their channels, all you hear about, it's saturated. Nobody wants this. Nobody wants to hear that. The algorithm sucks. YouTube is shadow banning, or Instagram is shadow banning. They're blocking, all of the complaints. Because that level of pessimism is comforting and it validates the data that you have at the moment. And in a way, this negativity is comfort food for the mind. Now, strangely enough, and growing rapidly fast, the number 2 podcast in the planet is Diary of a CEO, DOAC, one of my favorite listens. And It's growing rapidly. Why? Because like I said, in depressed, stressed times, growth does happen. So there are people who are actively seeking things like this. Joe basically talks about what's wrong with the world, what's wrong with me, why can't I get a date, why does politics suck, why is everybody coming after me, why can't I get a leg up, blah, blah, cost too high, this, that, and next thing. Stephen, on the other hand, talks about health, wellness, entrepreneurship, I did say wellness, mindset, leadership, all of the above. So there's a story inside this. The growth mindset category is catching up to the victim mindset category because people are really tired of being stuck. Even when you listen to the AI talk, there's a bunch of AI about how it's going to take us down, it's going to take our jobs, it's going to ruin our life, it's crushing everything. And then there's talk about like how this is going to improve medicine because we can get to diagnoses faster. How as a business owner, I can crush through tons and tons and tons of data to get better outcomes and make better adjustments to figure out what I'm doing. It's really a matter like a hammer, how you use the tool. This side of the hammer can put nails in and build. This side of the hammer can take nails out or crack holes in walls and destroy. The same tool, but one can be used to build and one can be used to destroy. So again, I want to remind you that yes, the world is jacked up, but millions and millions of people are being pulled into that victim mindset entertainment because it validates their frustration. But shows like DOAC, or Diary of a CEO, or Gary Vaynerchuk and Mel Robbins and Jeffrey Fisher and all these other positive shows that are coming out, they show you a similar but different path, but it's one that's rooted in ownership and optimism and discipline and possibility. You know, that's where I live. Now, I'm going to show you the data for it real quick. I just want you to see the numbers real quick so you know that this is true. And even though JRE dominates in the raw number, growth-focused podcasts are lifting, and I just want to make sure that we're there. I did some number pulls. JRE pulls in, on average, between 25 and 35 million monthly listeners, whereas Diary of a CEO pulls in 10 to 14. But in 2020, that number was only like 3. So it's growing. It's growing. It's getting bigger. And it's mostly a lot of the young people, the young entrepreneurs, the young creators, the upwardly mobile listeners. So you don't have to live in that spot. Like if it's making you feel a type of way, fam, it's time to change the lens. You would not sit in a place if you were sitting outside on the porch and this side had a big old fan and shade and wind, sweet tea, lemonade, a fifth of Jack, and this side mosquitoes, bugs, heat, swamp ass. You gonna stay on that side of the porch? No, you're gonna come over here where the getting is good. Especially if there's some cornbread. I need to go back to the South. I ain't been down there in a minute. So I just want to drive this lesson home. If you want to change your outcomes, fam, you have to change your input. The people you listen to are the people you become to. And I get it. It's entertaining. But it's entertaining because it's validating your experience. And I think I might have mentioned this in another video. In case I didn't, I'm going to mention it again. I saw this incredible conversation where a lady was talking to Gary Vaynerchuk and she was talking about how social media is ruining everything and it's crushing her kids and it's ruining the world, it's making people bad and so forth, so on, et cetera. And he said, well, how are you using it to improve your business? She goes, I'm not, because social media is so nasty. And he was like, oh, so you're telling me it has the power to do all of this bad stuff, but it doesn't have the power to do the good? Like it really is, again, how you use the tool. So this hit me really hard and I wanted to come and talk about it real quick because no, it doesn't have to be Diary CEO. But I say the reason why we are being called to create content right now, especially positive, generative, mind improving content for the people that you serve, is because we can outdo the nasty. That sounded weird. We can outdo the nasty content by making good content. We can make content that make people feel better. And I, for one, want to be a part of that side of the equation. You deserve more in life than being shaped by other people's complaints. You got too much talent, too much experience, and too much heart to let the world beat you into a corner. Give yourself 7 days, the next 7 days. 7 days of trading noise for growth. 7 days for choosing voices that lift instead of voices that drain. After a week, you can change your mindset. Imagine what a year will do for you. If you're ready to rise above the chaos and build the life that you know you're capable of, stick with me because I'm growing. I've told everybody, 2026, I am coming to beat the brakes off of 2026. I mean, loud enough to drown out all the noise, loud enough to drown out all the excuses. I'm coming so loud, I'm drowning out the pain. My knees hurt 24/7 and I don't give a. I'm just going, pain and all. And Gary Oldman said it. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. The time for revenge is at hand. Wait, don't take it that far. Sorry. Voila, the ZF1. Handles adjustables, good for righties or lefties. My brain is weird. Family, I am literally I am so fired up about this right now. And I want to know if you're ready to join me. So first of all, I know you can't put links in the comment section below. But if you got something dope and uplifting, just write the search terms down below. If people need to see something, just start it with, we're going to write homework, and then put the name of the thing that you want us to listen to or check out or watch. And it doesn't matter. I don't care the subject. I don't care. I just want to spread some positivity. One last note. My homegirl Gretchen starting this thing that, oh my God, I completely forgot the name of it, but it was something to the nature of 2026 is going to be the year of love. I should have researched before I said this. I'm going to say it all wrong. But yeah, even we were talking about this on Saturday in class. We are just tired of the noise, yo. We are tired of the noise. So we're going to be uplifting and positive and rah, sis, boom, ba. And right after you watch this video, never mind what the algorithm is going to show you next. I want you to find another video from somebody in the LGL fam and go to their page and comment on them and tell them, let's do this. We are family and I got all my people with me. I don't know who needs to hear this, but if it was you, let me know in the comment section below. If you're ready to ride this mother till the wheels off, let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, press the like button, press the subscribe button, ring the notification bell. And if you are fired up, write fire the F up in the comment section below. Right about now, the hour is going to show you another video you think you should watch. That's okay. Go watch somebody else's video and spread the love. Aloha.
I need to know everything. Who and the what and the where. I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying, but act like it's new what you're telling me. I'm curious, George. I hop in the Porsche. It's 5 and a horse. I'm ready for war. I'm coming for throats to turn to a ghost. I need to know everything. Now you be surprised at the info you get is by letting them talk, so I'm letting them talk.